Okay, guys, I wanted to show you my Shopify account. I just recently closed it. This is it is just 1 week trying it, but this is kind of the gist of what you're gonna get into. So I went to Shopify. I started the account and then started my store, which was going good. Started adding products to it. So this is actually what my store looked like. This goes directly to the Shopify. Now this, I did purchase a domain, and then so I had this domain sent, or it was integrated with Shopify. So I paid for this on my own for the actual website, but this is exactly what the Shopify store looked like. So this is just, it was just a link that I put in to the actual website that I had. They just sent you to Shopify, so it wasn't like a big deal. So this is all of their products that Shopify uh, you can select from. So I was doing a vitamin supplement store in the beginning. It was going pretty good. I had all these supplement and vitamin products, and I ended up in the beginning, you can list 20 products to start out with, but if you want to do more than that, you have to pay extra for the package. So right off the bat, you got to pay for this Shopify subscription, which they all say 1 week for free, which basically doesn't mean anything because it takes you at least 3 days. I mean, that's full time working on it just to even get that thing set up and even post up your first items for sale. So, anyways, this is what my Shopify ended up, because nobody was buying these like the creatine, the probiotics. This one was a big deal. The mixer, which is really cheap. It's like 30 cents. And then I ended up with all the overhead entailed. I had to list it for like $13.99 after everyone gets done taking their cut off of it. And this is a problem that I'll get into here in a bit. So because of that, I wasn't having like this Ronnie Cole way. For instance, I had to list at $120 just to make a $5 profit. All these products are way inflated, and I'll tell you that more in a little bit. So what I ended up doing, none of my products are selling, so I started selling yoga pants and sports bras, and this right, like this thigh slimming trainer, that's like 29 cents, I think. But when you add in the shipping and all the charges to advertise it, that's what you're looking at, and that's only making $1 off of it. And remember, I said that because that's kind of where I got screwed on the deal. But anyway, so that's the website, and you go over here starting out. They'll tell you to download a thing called ZenDrop, and you get the ZenDrop, and this is where you install it. They tell you have free trial, and then this is, I do not recommend this for anybody. This ZenDrop deal is a major scam. All the products on there are from China. They're all cheap, and the shipping is majorly inflated. They're about twice as much more than the other drop shipping companies. So if you want to ship a product that's like $2, and you can pick it from ZenDrop, they're going to charge you at least, you're looking at like $9 to ship it. So automatically that makes that product $11. You see, if you buy it for two. So that's the problem you get into. And then Shopify didn't tell me this. You can only list 20 items to sell. And then I went up by accident. I went up to 30, but 10 of them were inactive. But I contacted them. And they said, no, we still charge you for the 10 that you went over. So we automatically moved your balance without me telling me or knowing about it. They jumped me up to a $49.99 a month subscription. So now you got Shopify's monthly subscription, which I think is like $29. And then you got ZenDrop, which is now $49. and they also charge you an additional $1, which makes it 50. So automatically you're at $79. And then after you get that done, then you got to go to the DBL eBay. Let me see if they'll pull it up. There's this deal. It's called EBA DBL integration, and let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here's one that this is very expensive. Okay, here the lit commerce. This one right here, that they pushed that one from the beginning. This one I couldn't get it to work. Accordingly, I had to put my Windows always in incognito to actually use the functions on it, and it was a hassle, and it had to be done in a separate window. So I was clicking back and forth from Zendrop, Shopify, and then lit commerce to do anything, any editing, anything like that. So then you got the DPL Walmart. I'm looking for the DPL eBay. This is the first one that I had got. Like I said, I just canceled all this stuff. But anyways, you'll have to download like the DPL Walmart. I mean, there's other ones you can pick, but the DPL eBay. Oh, here it is. This one I actually liked the subscription for this one on top of like the $79 that you're already paying for the Zendrop and then the Shopify. This one's $19. So then you add another $20. So then you're at 79. We'll round it up. So 80, 20. You're at $100 just to run an ad on eBay. So then you go to eBay, then you got to set up a seller account, which then they charge you a starter one is $4.95, and there's a catch to that. All this stuff has catches. So then from there, because Zendrop had automatically moved me up to 100 items, so I went ahead, loaded 100, or not quite 100. It was like 63 items. And because they'll automatically charge you, so they won't tell you or notify you. But if you go over 100, they automatically just jump it back up. So you go from $49 a month subscription from Zendrop to like 69, something like that, and it just keeps going up from there. So you got to keep it within that range. So I loaded that, and then I went to my eBay. And then this is the name of the business. I shut down everything today, even the website. And this is, let me show you the performance of this. And so I had 2,441 impressions. Only 13 people actually clicked on my product. Only one made a purchase. And that one purchase is what made me make the decision to shut it down. It was this one right here. I had 4 people look at it. One bought the actual product, but it was the problem I went into was that, okay, Zendrop has the same product, but the shipping and everything, when you add in the shipping, the cost of the yoga pants is like $2 or $3. So by the time you add in the shipping and then you add in like $1 or $2 of profit for you, that's all you can get by on pretty much. You had it listed, I think, at like $16.99 or $17.99 is what I originally had it listed at. So I found out that there is another drop shipper on here. Let me see. This is the one. Now this is if I can find him. This is the one that I would use, but it's all Temu products. Here he is. Oh, it's CJ Dropshipping. So I went here. I had this installed. Now this one's free. So this one does the same thing as CJ. Or I'm sorry. CJ does the same thing as Zendrop, but they don't charge a monthly subscription fee. So you automatically eliminate the $50 a month. And I don't think, from what I've seen, that they had a limit on how many items you could list. So this is what I ended up going with, and the shipping was half the price. And another thing, Zendrop is coming from the United States. This is coming from China, and they were half the price in shipping, so it didn't make sense. That's how Zendrop is making their money, is off the shipping. They're hyperinflating it to where by the time you add that in and you go to eBay, you're not going to sell an item. And another thing is that these products are all everybody out there pretty much that's doing drop shipping and doing the Shopify, they're all using the same product. So you're talking tens or hundreds of thousands of people all around the United States or even the world that are buying the same products and listing them on these major platforms like eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Target, you name it, So these are actually the Temu and the Shein, the cheap Chinese products that you see. So I was buying the stuff there. And even then, with the shipping and all that stuff, that one item, this one that I ended up, this is the only sell I made. I made like $1 and some change. Now this is the catch that they didn't. This is what got me upset, was with eBay. Let me go back here. So eBay, what they did is, after I did this is with a seller's package. And I thought that it automatically, you could list so many products as long as you stayed within those requirements, then you're good to go. Nope, eBay charges you a fee for selling that item. So they took out $2.13, which made me actually make a loss on the product. So I had this for $11.99 is what I sold it for. I netted $9.86. With CJ's shipping and cost, it was right in between what I had it priced. I think CJ's, it was probably like $10, so I only had $2 there to play with, and then eBay took out the $2.13. So overall, I actually was negative 86 cents on selling a product. Now the problem is that these yoga pants are all over eBay. They're all over Walmart. They're all over Amazon. Because everybody's drop shipping the same product, and so it's majorly saturated with every product you could basically see to sell on there, from these drop shippers. It's everybody. It's just majorly saturated, so the competition is really high. I've seen this product for $9.99. How they're making a profit, I have no clue. I mean, I went with CJ's, and they were like $2 or $3 for the pants. The shipping was pretty reasonable, considering the fact it's coming halfway around the world from China and to the customer's door for like, $8 or $6, So all that stuff, it's like whenever you set up the Shopify, what they don't tell you is that everybody tries to get in with trying to get a piece of the profit, in a sense. So you have to add all that on top of the profit, and by the time you get in to adding it up and you go to list it, you can't sell the damn thing, because everybody's got it on there, because they're bulk selling this stuff. Like, they're buying 500 pairs of those yoga pants at one time, and so they get a little bit bigger discount. And two, like on mine, there's like the vitamins and stuff. I've seen these supplements on eBay, Amazon, Walmart for half the price, and that's what you're running into. It's that competitive. I've seen, like, this was it got looked at probably, in the top five. No sales, but I probably only had like 40 views on this, and it's $32. I seen this on eBay for like $17.99, and like this sour soap, same thing. It was like $25, and all this stuff. This apple cider, everybody has it on there because it's all coming from the same drop shipper, and this is what you got to pick from, and they have it on there for like $20, and so no one's buying my products because I'm new and I can't bulk sell. So, anyways, and despite, like, I started this website, it only cost me like $25, and it was like $25 to have the domain. Like, I was get the domain, the hosting through Wix, which was a pretty good platform for my experience. It's way better than Ionis. And so I did that, and then I had the name, the Revive name, uh, trademarked, or not, or put in my name with the Secretary of State. So the name was actually, the business name was actually registered to me. So I canceled all that today. So that was $26. So you don't have to do that. You can just rely on this. I mean, I'd forget about the website. The website did nothing to me but redirect what little bit of traffic. I mean, you're looking 190 people got redirected to my Shopify, and only one sell. And this is the first from September 26th to October, not a single view, and then it spiked up, and I just got one view. So, and that was, the past week. This is me. I mean, and it's a lot of time and dedication. I didn't even make a profit. I made negative 86 cents. So I did all that work for setting up everything throughout this time frame, buying all these subscriptions. In total, it was about $200 investment, maybe $250 at most. And then, so anyways, you're going to have to do that for a while, starting out on Shopify, and until you find out exactly where to buy your products, which I would not do ZenDrop because they push that on you from the get-go. You have to download ZenDrop in order. Now, I go to CJ's Dropshipping, and you're going to be, that's another thing too, is that CJ Dropshipping, it's the same thing when you go to Temu. It's the exact same layout. It's basically the same damn website. And even CJ Dropshipping sells his own products too that he drop ships. So people can get on there and they can buy those same pair of yoga pants direct from CJ or Temu. You can get them for $3, and two, some of the items say free shipping, which is weird because they charge the drop shippers, again, like $8, $6 or $8. ZenDrop for the same pair, like I said, is like $12 to $15. I've seen little duffel bags that I have listed on my site. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a yoga. These I had these listed, and ZenDrop. Now this comes from CJ Dropshipping, is why I got the price down. But ZenDrop wanted $23.99. It depends on the color too, which is weird, for shipping, or some of them were $25.99 for the shipping. So, and then you can get on, again, any of those major selling platforms, and you can get it all day long for $15.99 for one yoga bag. And that's what's killing it. That's why I didn't sell any of these. And this is me only making like $1. This is the cheapest I could sell it for. And I had nobody clicked on it. Nobody looked at it. So, and if you want to get technical with the breakdown, you are paying a portion for this item to be listed. So you're losing, out of that 200 approximately a month in subscriptions to list items, and you divide it by the 63 that I had listed. That's how much you're paying every month to have one item listed. So it's just a big, to me, it was a big loss. It was a big waste of time. It was a lot of effort, a lot of, expectations that were, didn't, it wasn't, didn't happen. So looking at the analytical tools from like Google, Shopify has them. All these other platforms that you're paying for has them. eBay has them. You're, I was like, well, if I did this for another 3 weeks, I would probably be on an average, and this is doing it low scale. I'd be losing about $150 to $200 a month. So if you open a Shopify account, you better have some other product from somebody else. I mean, you're better off buying an item brand new locally and selling it yourself, uh, and get rid of the drop shipper, and just use Shopify, and then get like a like DPL, eBay to set up and sync all that stuff, and then you got to pay for the seller account on eBay, and then just exclude everybody, because there's just, like I said, there's too many people trying to get their hands in the profits, and whenever it's all said and done, you have to mark this up to where nobody's gonna buy it. Like, I mean, realistically, this would need to be about $10 more for it to be worth anybody's while, and that would be probably making like $5, and that's just what you're looking at. Then you got eBay charging you for every fee, which they don't tell you, and you automatically think, well, you buy a seller's package from them, you're not going to get charged seller fees, because it says you can list 200 items at that package, but they don't tell you that they charge you when you sell it. So that's what eats your profits after the sale is made. So, anyways, I wanted to share this with you, and I think my overall Shopify is majorly saturated with a lot of competition. It's been like that for years. When you actually get to looking at the products from what's offered to list, and then you go to these major platforms, and you're like, yeah, because you've seen them so often in their products from Shein and Temu. It's all Chinese products. It's all junk. And like I said, you're probably better off going to Target and buying an item that's discounted, that's brand new, and selling it yourself. Uh, that's what I would suggest. So, but anyways, that's my experience. I would uh, highly suggest not even wasting your time and your money, unless you want to. Like me, I was just experimenting with it to see what the hype was about, and I found out there's just, unless you can bulk sell and you put in a lot of money. I did see a guy, they do have TikTok advertising, which costs money as well to set up it's called a campaign eBay. I've done that with other businesses on eBay. I've done campaigns on them with no success. One of the campaigns I did on eBay was, it covered the whole United States, and I made a big loss on that, on the marketing, and didn't really pick up any customers, because it's just, they're so flooded with competitors. For my years of doing businesses, I've owned multiple businesses. I've only had 3 of them succeed. And then this Shopify was just, I wanted to see what it was about. There is a potential, I guess, if you want to stick with it for the first few months and make a loss, if you want to risk, your personal money into marketing it, maybe it'll work out better for you. I seen a guy on TikTok. He did have one item, and he listed it. He got it. It was $4, and then drop shipped to the customer. It was like $9, and then he was charging $12. So he's making about a $3 profit, and on advertising it on TikTok. But the way he was doing it, it was very good. I've done that before. It is an effective way, but you got a lot of, it's a big gamble. So on the first day, he had two different campaigns capped out at $225 a day, and he did three different ones. So you're at $675 just in marketing an item that he's going to make $3 on. So the first 3 days he made a loss, and then the fourth and fifth and sixth day he made a profit. So that's the only thing I've seen to where they actually did make, or that person did make a profit at the end. He gambling $400 to $600 a day in advertising. At the end of the week, when he added it up, he had like $1,500 in money that he was risking to advertise it, and then with the overhead of the shipping, the marketing campaign, uh, and the purchase of the product, he only made $300. So, anyways, that's my experience.